Happy Wednesday. So exciting. We're almost halfway through November. How are sales going? I want to hear how's everything going in your shop. We're going to be doing an Etsy Q&A. We're also going to be talking about an exciting training I have coming up. Who's ready for Black Friday? This is your last opportunity. This is the last chance. You literally have about a week and a half to figure this stuff out. Get your shop up to par. So you don't miss out on this week. And I thought it was really interesting that 30 to 50% of Etsy shops actually have, I think the stat is over half of their orders and revenue coming in that Black Friday week. So let's make sure you get a piece of the pie. And really excited to answer some questions. We'll pull open some Etsy shops as well and start digging in. I love a good little critique here. Anyone feel like doing a shop critique? I just had a coaching call this morning, and I'm going to pull Etsy up. And I had a coaching call this morning, and we were talking to one of our Elite Inner Circle members about her shop. And here we go. There we go. We were talking about her shop, and we were talking about the direction that she should be taking her shop next year. She's seeing a 45% increase year over year right now. And she launched a product that all of a sudden got a bestseller badge. She is now up, I think, 5% year over year, but her average order value has more than doubled, which is huge. It means she is working on less orders, making a lot more money per order. So some exciting things are happening on that front. And she said, Dylan, every product idea you've given me has just blown up in a good way. And so she was asking me for product ideas for next year. And so I gave her some great ideas. I think they're great. I'm confident these will get her to her financial goals. And now it's just about taking action. So got off of that coaching call and then met up with someone who has had an Etsy shop for 5 years. She was not seeing results. It went down significantly, went from like 75K to 11K. And then she really wants to turn that around. So she's going to be starting coaching with us today so we can help her leverage Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But let's get into Facebook. And then of course, we have some questions on Facebook. And then of course, if you have questions here, let's answer those questions. Okay. So we put up a post there. There we go. All right. Yes. Anyone have questions on Etsy titles? Etsy titles, anyone? So with the new title updates, we actually had people do an A/B test of testing out the new titles versus the classic titles. And we're seeing a huge, I would say, difference in, like, look at this person. Actually, these are some of our students. I love Cindy. I actually love Cindy. She's a ride or die, really great person. And she said, I'm not changing a darn thing. You won't be found with Etsy title suggestions. A lot of likes on that. This one is, Lynn, don't change them right away. If you're not seeing traffic for 3 to 4 weeks on that listing, then you could try to change it. We have a lot of opinions here. Oh my gosh, look at this, Gemma. I did all the title suggestions by Etsy. Are you guys seeing this? I haven't seen this comment. I did all the title suggestions by Etsy and my shop completely died a death. I left it like that for a month to see if it needed time to get back into the algorithm, and crickets. It was only when I decided to go back to my own titles did my shop start doing any sales again. From my personal experience, I wouldn't recommend listening to the Etsy recommendations at all. Yeah. So it will, yeah. And Jolene says, Etsy's persistent with it. It keeps telling you to change it. Do not change your titles. It's a suggestion. It does not mean you have to do it. I've seen so many people who've accidentally changed their titles just have a huge huge dip, and this is not the time of year that you want to take a deep dive in your stats. So anyways, any questions about Etsy? Any questions? How's your shop doing this month? Is it looking like it's going to be a record month for you? Are you seeing the uptick? Is everyone seeing the uptick? How can you find your target audience on Facebook? Are you searching for groups to post your listings? I would love to see your shop, Bernoulli 8418. Go ahead and put your Etsy shop there. Let's take a look at who your customer is. Who is your customer? Cute. Let me know who your customer is, or put your shop here and we'd be happy to take a look. Any questions? So we have a great training coming up on Monday, and if you don't feel like your shop is ready for Black Friday, then this is definitely the time to come to this training. I'm going to grab the link and pull this open. Here is the link to come to our training, and I'll show you what it looks like. It is basically a 5-day kind of countdown to Black Friday. This is what it looks like. You click Save My Free Spot. You pick Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. Put in your name, email, phone number, and then you save your spot. And we're going to be giving you a 5-day plan to fix your shop. It's a 5-day framework, things you can do in just 5 days to get your shop ready. So you'll get that. You'll also get our checklist to make sure you're not leaving money on the table. And then 20-minute daily free traffic hacks. And we'll be showing you exactly what to post on social media. And then just in case your Black Friday is like tanks, we give you your Cyber Monday plan as well. So click on the link to save your spot. I put it in the chat so you can click on this link here too. Yeah, Etsy's prompt on titles, don't change them. Fatima, we just went over that and talked about how much of a train wreck that can be when you do that. Haven't started your shop yet? Struggling to decide what to have as loss leaders. Gail, are you in the program? Are you part of our coaching program? Suggestions for embroidery or sewing or crochet or wire design ideas. Very interesting. Those are all, let me know first if you're in the program, but those are all very time-consuming things. Sewing, embroidery, crochet, wire design. We never want loss leaders to be super time intensive. We never want loss leaders to be super time intensive. And so for you, I actually think digital could be a fantastic way to go. Yeah, we have some people, if you're in the program, oh yeah, perfect. So we have some people, even some people who are coaches who'd had like huge success with things like patterns. And even just, even within our scalar and high rev group, so people making between $1,000 to $10,000 a month and then over $10,000 a month, we've had people had success with patterns. So I think it depends on if you have any patterns that you've made for yourself that you could sell, or you can use AI to help you with that too. But I love that idea. There's also an entire business around digitizing embroidery designs, digitizing designs for embroidery. That could be another almost like service you could offer. I love that idea. But the digital would be perfect for loss leaders because it's not time intensive. Awesome. Awesome. So definitely if you're not part of our program, come to our free workshop on Monday and Tuesday. And this is all about how to get your shop ramped up for Black Friday. What other questions do we have? Any other questions? We could do some shop audits. Take a look here. Here, this person, they tried to build followers. Let's take a look at her shop. Okay. So there's a lot of concerns here, but if you don't have 100 orders in your shop, you definitely don't want to be doing holiday things. Why is that? Because if you're focused on holiday things, then there's a definite end date in sight for that listing. So I would definitely not do anything holiday. My concern is we still have Halloween in here. We're doing quite a bit of Christmas relative to the size of your listing count. And so the thing is, like, these have about 4 weeks left. And so I want you to be putting listings into the shop that will have a longer runtime. Same thing with Thanksgiving. We need to rework the product mix to be a little bit more evergreen. And then as far as design goes, I think that we really need to consider our value proposition, which is our photo and price point. And your price point's low, but this is not what you never want to do a deceptive move like that, where you do a 0 to 3 month little t-shirt or baby onesie in a listing like that. That would be, we don't even have 0 to 3 month in the size chart. So this is not, and for people who think, well, this is a loss leader. No, this definitely is not a loss leader. This is straight up deception and disappointment. A loss leader is going to be something truly of value. So loss leader is low price point, low margin, has mass appeal. A good one I like is, a lot of jewelry shops will do this, but they'll have like a ring sizer, right? So you might click on this and think, oh, is this a ring sizing jewelry shop? No, this is actually a jewelry shop that has ring sizers in it. So this is a loss leader, but it's not deceptive. This is truly an actual low price point product. They're getting the actual loss leader item for that. So just keep that in mind. This is not something you want to do in your listings. Do not bury a onesie. Yeah, Fatima, we definitely see a huge negative impact on your shop when you don't leverage all of your SEO. So I definitely wouldn't do that, Fatima. She's asking about the titles. I wouldn't do that unless you're willing to just see how low rock bottom can be with Etsy. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. We've seen some just really sad stories of what's happened to shops that have done that. And this is supposed to be your best time of year. It's not the time to mess with your SEO like that. And just as proof, doing a full A/B test can give you the proof if you're curious or tempted to do their recommendation on the short titles. Okay, so yeah, so loss leaders, we don't want to do that. I'm concerned about design, very concerned about design on some of these. So we want to make sure, that you are competitive with designs and the price points. And I would be looking through some different product ideas. You have a lot of apparel, mostly apparel, 2 blankets, 2 glassware, and 3 ornaments. So it's very heavy on apparel. And our top print on demand sellers actually aren't doing apparel, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. Fatima says, yeah, not changing my titles at all. Heard many horror stories of their sales tanking. Yeah, me too. Yeah, not a good time to do that. All right. So what other questions do we have? If anyone has an Etsy shop we could pull up, let me know. I'm going to put the link again for the Black Friday emergency meeting. Does everyone like the title? Emergency meeting, 5 days to get your Etsy shop ready for Black Friday. This kicks off on Monday. It's completely free, doesn't cost you a thing, just an hour of your time, but you will learn so much more than you otherwise would in an hour binge watching YouTube videos or Hallmark movies. So spend the hour with me. It's Monday at 4 Pacific or Tuesday at 4 Pacific, and you will get special bonuses just for showing up live. We're going to be releasing our 2026 calendar. There'll be live Q&A. We'll give away a shop audit plus lots more. Yes. So what do our top print-on-demand sellers sell? So we have an entire portion of what we call our topic library dedicated to this. And if anyone's curious, like, well, what is the sample size of what Dylan teaches? Is it that she got lucky on Etsy once and then, teaches what she did in her shop? Definitely not. I think we had not updated the number of students that we've had in a while, but I went just on Monday. I wanted to take another look, and we have helped let me show you this. 5,517 people plus 592 people are still back in our Kajabi platform. So we have helped thousands of sellers with their shops, and that's where these strategies come from, whether it's loss leaders or print-on-demand products. So it's not like there's one print-on-demand product that's the secret. But we had this call recently, and it was called "What Sells and What Stalls: Print-on-Demand Product Guide," and it was really insightful because there are some print-on-demand products that just never really work well. And they're interesting. They might seem unique, and unique is not always a good thing. It also might mean unpopular or low appeal. So what sells and what stalls? Actually, on the screen, I'm seeing wrapping paper. We have a lot of tutorials on this. One of my students last year, she ended up doing over $130,000 with print-on-demand wrapping paper, and which is phenomenal. Yep, that's just one example. Okay, someone asked, do you think birthday and wedding digital invitations are too saturated right now? Saturated is so relative. Because what does saturated mean? What does saturated mean? Does saturated mean the amount of people showing up in search results if we type in digital wedding invitations? So let's say we type in digital wedding invitations. Is it the amount of people showing up in search, or is it the amount of strong competition? And so I think a lot of people, they start scrolling through and they're thinking, oh, there's so much and it all looks so similar. This is so saturated. That doesn't mean it's saturated at all. What you really want to look at is the holes in the windows of opportunity that you can plug into, that you can be competitive with. And design is definitely going to be one of those. But there's so many ways to compete, even down to the invisible playing field of the customer experience. So definitely not. I don't think birthday and wedding digital invites are too saturated. I think poorly designed digital invites are saturated. There's a lot. There's probably 90% of the digital invites are not what someone would deem as attractive. 10% of what's on there is probably what people would consider buying. We all know the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of revenue is driven from 20% of the listings. And that's what it's going to look like. I would say with digital though, because of how accessible and how easy it appears and the low barrier to entry, that it's probably more like 90-10. I bet like 10% of the listings are driving 90% of the revenue. So yeah, I would say that's saturated with bad designs and no strategy behind listings. So that's not competition though. It's not even your competition. So when you look at search results, recognize, is this really a competitor? Let's scroll to page 2, actually page 3. I always like to look at the ads. Let's get a little specific here. Now, Etsy with dynamic search, they make it really hard for bad listings to show up in front of people, harder than ever before. So I used to love going to Etsy, and I would be able to find bad listings pretty quickly. One of the ways I do that is by clicking newest. Okay. Like here's some examples. Like here's a digital birthday invitation. If the search results are flooded with stuff like that, is that competition? Not really, right? It's not really competition. I wouldn't worry about when you see listings like that or thumbnails like that. It's not really your competition. And the reality is, like, search results can be flooded with bad designs, but now Etsy, they actually mix in, even though I'm sorted by newest, they actually mix in some top sellers as well, and they sprinkle in ads in very unexpected places. But yeah, a lot of what we see is not really competition. Like, is this competitive? We all see that? A garden party with that design. No, like that's not going to be your competition. If you have a garden party invite, you don't have to worry about that. So just keep in mind, it's not always like what meets the eye there. Okay, I see another shop. Let's pull it up. Who here, by the way, is attending my class on Monday? Is anyone here attending my class on Monday? It's totally free. And I'll put the link here again if anyone's joining new. Looks like there's more of you here now. So if you're just joining, I want to drop a little early Christmas present to you. It is, this might be one of our last trainings this year, actually, but it's all about getting your shop ready for Black Friday. 5 days, starts on Monday, Tuesday, and I will be giving you actions to take. Next week, if you haven't been putting effort into Etsy, or maybe you've been dragging your feet on launching a shop, we're going to be giving you 5 actions to take. So there literally will be no reason for you not to take action. Awesome, Tanya, you'll be there. Perfect. There we go. Bike Hell Studio. This looks like it. Okay. So we have content calendar, paycheck, second brain, wedding budget. These are pretty low price point digital products. And I guess my question for you is, what do you want to be known for? Build a course in Notion. Looks like a lot of Notion. Okay. So if a lot of what you've been doing is Notion, I think there's opportunity for you to serve them in different areas. I've actually seen Notion not do quite as well this year, and we've seen an uptick in other areas. Actually, my video editor for YouTube, he started an Etsy shop, functional digital products. He did 1,000 orders in 3 months. And what are we at? See, we're at 575 orders in 3 years. And I actually have a YouTube video coming out about this, but the types of functional digital products that I think are going to be just way bigger in 2026. I filmed this last Thursday, so that should be coming out on the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe. Next week we have some pretty cool videos coming up, but this one that I think would be perfect for you, Kella Kella FYXO it's all about product ideas for functional digital shops. And I would slow the roll with Notion, to be honest. And let's see if that's coming up soon. This is just a little sneak peek about what is on deck. It might be, is it the next one? I do all my videos on Mondays and Thursdays. I don't think it's tomorrow's. I'll have to check, but it's one of these next ones. And we're going, like, I probably list 60 different products. I probably list about 60 different products, but it's non-Notion based and it's going to have much more mass appeal. We also need new SEO, new pricing strategies, new branding. Site merchandising is missing here. So there's a lot of work that can be done on your thumbnails as well. Yeah. So there's a lot you can do, but honestly, rather than going deeper down kind of the rabbit hole that you're in, I would expand in a bit of a different product sector, and definitely check out the YouTube video that's coming about digital products. There's at least 60 on there that I'm going to be listing, so that will be perfect for you. Courtney, should you keep up holiday listings after that holiday is over? Should you unlist them? It depends. Is it evergreen? Like, would it sell year round? Or is it like ghosts? Sometimes ghosts on certain products will sell year round. Same thing with bats. If it's, an evergreen look, or maybe it's like a winter wonderland landscape or a toile print. Like, let me show you an example. Then I think it would be fine to keep up longer. I'll show you an example. Something like this, right? You might think, well, that blanket is all about skiing in winter. Should this only be up for the holidays? Definitely not. I would keep that up probably through March. And that's one big reason I don't advocate for red and green Christmas products, just because it's really hard to gain momentum in a shop when you rely on starting and stopping new listings, because the listings stop with a definite end date. It's going to be dead weight in the shop if it's red and green, versus this, like, it's purple and teal and blue and white. This has a much longer runtime. Awesome, guys. Well, I hope this is helpful. If anyone is interested in getting some free guidance on what to do for Black Friday, and then also we'll be giving you a plan B, which means if your Black Friday flops, we'll be telling you exactly what to do that Saturday and Sunday so that on Cyber Monday, you have a lift. So this is really taking everything from my corporate e-commerce background. The link is right here. It's everything from the corporate e-commerce background. When I worked for some big companies like Zappos and Zulily, like the site merchandising, the pricing strategies, the customer journey planning around Black Friday and Cyber Monday was so pivotal. Like, these were record days every year in e-commerce which it should be yours too. These should be some of your record days if you set up your shop and your listings right. So 5 days, we'll be meeting on Monday and Tuesday. You pick Monday or Tuesday. So the link is in the chat. You don't pay anything. You're not paying for this. This is free. We're donating my time and we'll be going through 5 days of actions that you need to take next week. So when we look at the calendar, is everyone here, by the way, do you feel prepared for Black Friday? Do you know how to attack Black Friday? Are we a little confused? Are we unsure about what to prioritize right now? So this is what the calendar looks like. Black Friday is on the 28th, 2 weeks from Friday. So what we are doing is we are going to meet on Monday or Tuesday. You pick your day. You just attend my free class. There'll be like, a few thousand people probably who register for this, and it's totally free. And it's Monday, Tuesday. We'll give you your 5-day plan. So what you're going to do is implement it. Really like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because on Etsy, Black Friday, we're kicking off Sunday night, Sunday the 23rd. This is when you are putting your plan into motion. So we build our plan next week. We make the updates. Monday, Tuesday, you're meeting with me. It's totally free. The link is in the chat. We're going to build the plan out. So you have 5 days of actions. Then 23rd, flip the switch. It's go time, lock in, and we're going for it. So that is what we're doing. We give you what you should be doing during this week. And then let's say Black Friday is not hitting what you hoped it would hit. Then I give you a contingency plan for what to do on Saturday, the 29th, and Sunday, the 30th, so that on Monday, December 1st, Cyber Monday, you can salvage as much as you're willing to. So that is what we're doing. We've never done this before, but who here is attending? Who here is attending? Anyone here attending? I saw Tanya's coming. I think there's a couple thousand people who've already RSVP'd. So now these are a couple thousand people. Some of them is probably your competition who are getting a free Black Friday game plan. So why wouldn't you want it too? Yeah, and this is also the biggest time of year where we do unlock access to our special Black Friday offer. So only people who are here will get early access, which is going to be giving you tons of bonuses, like a half-day mastermind with me. You'll also get a trend workshop with me where I'll be choosing trends for your shop. You'll also get hot seat coaching with me. So we have some really fun things happening, and it's totally free to join us. Oh, Raylan, she's so great. Don't miss out. Time with Dylan and her team is always of value beyond measure. It's an amazing team. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, excited to have you guys there. Make sure, awesome. Fedora, you're attending perfectly. Perfect. So I will see you there. Monday, Tuesday, we'll get everything in order. You'll know what you need to do next week. Even if you don't have a shop open, totally fine. Still come, because we'll be giving you guidance on, okay, you can open your shop, and these are the 5 days of what you should do to actually make the most of this huge time. And remember, for, what is it? Yeah, 30 to 50% of Etsy shops have over half of their revenue pouring in during that week. Okay, so we don't want to miss out. Where can you? You can click on the link in the chat. I'll put it there again. Join here. And I'll see you guys there. Awesome, guys. All right, we'll see you there at the class.